I'm just trying to check if I'm live or not. It seems trying to check if I'm live. Also, I'm using my phone to like. Okay, now I am going to. I'm sorry, but I will be having this thing as well. Like yesterday, uh, I am Bibek Bhujel and welcome to my channel. Now it's time for us to actually do stuff, and it's time for us to do stuff. Like yesterday, I told you we'll be playing some puzzles and learning some patterns because this is a game of patterns, and the more patterns you know and the more quick you are able to recognize a pattern and execute it, it helps, and it is like your brain functions faster in that manner. So let's just start with our puzzles, and we'll also be looking at London opening today, I would say, because as a beginner, London is very solid and it will be helpful for you to play with both black and white because it is very solid opening. And as a beginner or even as an intermediate, you should be able to hold a position strongly and create chances, and uh, you should not be making any kind of blunders and not play openings that can be dubious or can be tricky, but play openings which can be very useful and helpful for you. Okay, so now let's start. I hope you like this video and comment so that a lot of people reach us. Let's start with puzzles. We'll be playing some kind of puzzle. Okay, we'll be looking at puzzles as well. Just keep on thinking here, what are the threads, and you should be able to think properly. That is what I will be teaching you as well, because as a beginner or an intermediate, we don't think about the consequences and we just play moves randomly because we are very intuitive in certain things. So here what we have to do is, see, there are 3 pawn barriers and king is uh, behind them, so there is chances of back rank mate. And what are the threads? Where are our pieces? Queen is here and the rook is here, so it is basically a situation where we have a battery and there's chances of us going here and giving a back rank mate while this knight is guarding this, but we have 2 attackers and it has 1 defender, so just do the maths. Queen to d1, knight into d1, and rook into d1, and king has no escape squares now, so it is gonna be a checkmate, back mate. So just let's play this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had not seen this because I knew it was a checkmate, but I had not figured out this. But yeah, it can just go back, but it is a temporary move, and we can just take this, and we have done it. Now the next move, see it. What are the threads? This is one of a very common pattern, I would say, that exists, checkmate patterns. Just see this, where just this knight attack, knight can go here, 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 and here. And where is our queen? Queen is moving into these diagonals, right? And just see a common point where both these, wait a minute, I will just draw it again. You see the positions where our knight and our queen can attack at the same time. Fuck. Sorry. This happens, and this is the common point. And see if there is any kind of defender here. The knight can't move, it doesn't have any defender, and the king can just move here, but it is already a mate because it can't move very near to queen, 2 squares near to queen. So just do this, and it's a checkmate. Just understand this and try to understand the patterns. I actually tried to set up certain things today, but it was very different than what I had thought. But let's see. I tried to set up this chat, but the CSS was not working and it was creating some kind of problem. Now see stuffs here. What is the problem here? This pawn is attacking our queen. Sorry, our bishop, and one of our bishop is light square bishop is here. It can go back. It can't go here. And this can go here, here, here. But just think about what I told you yesterday. Checks, captures, and threats. The most forcing moves are these ones. If you check someone, the king has to move. It has to make a move. Captures. If you have to capture, then most of the times they will recapture back. And threats are like you are trying to win something or you are trying to meet them. And here we can clearly see a check. There are two checks. There are two checks, I would say. This is a check, but it can just tick back. And there is this one check that exists. So let's do this. Now see these diagonals and see the cross section of this bishop and this queen. It is this place. So it is a checkmate. It is not a mate actually, is it? Oh yeah, is it? It is, sorry. Now let's go for another puzzle. I would say Rush is very interesting. You should play as much as you can. Most of the times we just don't need to like do stuff that are unnecessary, I would say. Just see this. Here we can take. The knight will take back. But we have a battery, so we can again take back. So we are basically winning a knight. So this is obviously the best move. And just like the first puzzle we did today, there are background issues here, and our rook is in an open file. And rooks belong to open file because they want to move freely, and the more they move freely, the more they are dangerous. So we can just take this. We can just go to this d1 square, and this rook will again come back, but it is just a temporary move, just like that first puzzle we did today. So we got this. There is same kind of this is the same kind of puzzle where there are back rank issues. The queen can go these ways, but it is our move, and we can just move this rook here. And since king can't move, something has to defend it. Queen comes to defend it, but it is just a temporary move. So let's do this. It can also go there. It could have defended 2-3 ways. This is a very tricky one because people might think that there are no back rank issues because this square is free, but just imagine where can our queen go and how does our queen move. These are the squares that we can go. All these squares the queen can move, and just imagine that I give a check because it is the most threatening move and most like forced move. If I go here, the king has to move. If it moves here, it is a check. It is already in a check, so it can't move in that way. So this is the only square it has for moving. But imagine our queen is here, so this diagonal is covered, so it is a checkmate, right? Done. Nice. This is also quite interesting because the king is not safe. It is in middle and it has a lot of chances to be attacked. And since our bishop and queen are in same diagonal, it can do a lot of damage to the king. And see the squares here. Which square can we go so that it gives the most forcing moves? While doing puzzles, you should basically think that you should just make moves which are the most forcing ones. So imagine we make this move. So it is a check. It can't go here because queen covers it. It can't go here because our queen covers it, and it can't go here because our queen covers it. So it is basically a checkmate. Nicely done. Back rank issues for sure, and we have to move our queen in such a way that it is a mate. So basically this. Very nicely done. This is creating a battery. We had battery here in previous 2-3 puzzles, but we have to create a battery so that this king is attacked. we can take with the rook, but is it the most forcing because it can move this way as well, and that is a skip square for the king. But imagine we move our queen, because queen is basically a rook and bishop, right? So it can't move here, and it will be in a check, so it can't move there. So it can't also move here because it will be in check. So basically this is a mate. This kind of checkmate pattern is known as ladder mate, because you create a ladder, you create these two sticks, this kind of sticks of, you create this kind of straight open file sticks, or this rank straight lines with two of your pieces which move in a straight line, and that basically gives us the checkmate, because since this square is, we check this king with our rook from here, it can't move this way because it is already covered, right? So we'll just do this, and this is a ladder mate. That is basically that is what we call it. And just see the king, because the main aim in your puzzle should be checks, captures, and threats. That should be your lines, and that should be your mindset while playing puzzles, because first of all you should always try to checkmate your queen. So you should be giving checks as much as you can, and see what are the how is the opponent king, because it can be exposed at times. And in this case the king is exposed from this way, and see our queen, it is able to go here, and we can do this, because if we take this way, then if we go this way, then there's a check, and just can't move anywhere, right? And see if it can be blocked, if our check can be blocked with anything. No. So this is a mate. Nicely done. This is a threat of double attack. Our queen, we can take this queen, and if we move anything else, then we will be taken back, right? But what if we move our piece, one of our piece, in such a way that it gives a check? And imagine you take this rook, then the queen can't take back because it will be in check and it will be killed. The king will be checkmated, and there are no other moves as well, because it can't be taken back with anything, and this square is already covered if we move this. So this is known as utilizing the pin. When the opponent king is exposed this way, there are always chances of attacks and threats, and we should try to combine our pieces and create a harmony between them, so that they can attack better. And we should just try to see checks and intersections of our pieces. Here are our pieces, and this is the way they move. See the place where the queen can move, where it creates the most danger. See, it will be backed by our rook if we move our queen to f2 square. So let's just do it, because it is also a check and it is the most forcing move. The king has come this way, but see, another piece, our bishop is attacking this pawn, and our queen is also attacking this pawn, so we can just basically take the queen, and the king has no skip squares because it stays in check, and it can't move squares to, it can't move to any squares where it is not a check. So just basically take this, and it's a mate. Yeah, it is just like before. Just see the patterns. There are basically two mates. No, there's just one mate. This is winning as well, but I thought it was a mate, but it is not, because the rook can just take. Here you can do this. Just see where our knight moves. You should try to move your queen to a place where it is supported by one of your pieces, and the king has no escape squares, and you can't be attacked with anything else, right? So basically we can just see, this is the square queen can go. Try to move your queen to a place where it has the most danger, it has the most forcing moves, and it is backed by one of your other pieces, because it will be helpful. So from what we see is queen can move this way and king can't move anywhere else, and we can't be threatened, we can't be captured back. So this is a mate. And just as I told you before, you see the intersection points between the pieces where they intersect, and it gives most threatening, it creates a most forcing chance for our piece. Here it will just take, and this rook is backing it, so it will be a check. It can't move here because it is already a square where the queen is covering, so it will basically move here. And what if we give this check, because it will be backed by our queen here, that will be here after some moves, after the sequence of moves that we make, it will be a check, and it can't be captured back because nothing is there to capture, and king is already in check, so it has to move out of check, or something has to capture the piece that we are threatening checkmate from check from. So it can't move, nothing is taking this pawn back, and the king has no squares to escape. So basically, let's do this. Yeah, it did not give the follow-up, but that is the plan. Just see the diagonals where our pieces are intersecting and see if anything is capturing it back. No, nothing is capturing it back, so you can just take this. And since the king has gone this way and it has no skip squares on the seventh rank, and the skip squares are just this and this. What if we give a check in such a way that all these squares are covered at once? What if we give this check where we capture this piece and this all these the 8th rank is covered? The only move to save the check will be this, to which we can just capture back, and we can again cover this skip square which is now newly created, and it is already covered this square. So basically just do this and this. It is a mate. Just see the open diagonals and open files and places our pieces intersect, and that is it. And try to play the most forcing move, which is following the ordered checks, captures, and threads. What if you do this here? It is a check, and it has to be blocked or moved out. And when our queen goes here, it is not just threatening this, but threatening mate check. It is giving a check, but it is also threatening this piece. So it's a double attack, or a fork, queen fork also we can see, and it is also double attack. That is the same thing. So let's just do this. It has blocked with this, but I told you we are attacking this as well, so this should be our follow-up move. This is the first time I'm taking this much time to actually play this puzzle stuff, because I use it very, very fast. This is known as discovered attack. Like see here, our queen is actually trying to give a check, but our own piece is coming in between of the check. So imagine what can be done so that we give check and we threaten something else as well. But also remember that this queen, this bishop is attacking our queen, so our knight should move in a way that it does nothing to our queen. So like we should move in a place where our knight also gives a check, and there should be two checks at once. So this is a way. Just see what happens. It can't take our queen because it is also checked by our knight, and if our knight is taken, it can't be taken back because it is already a check here as well. So it has to move somewhere, but just imagine it can't move here, and it can't move here because our knight can't be captured back, right? So this is the discovered attack, and we did it. This is not very clear, I would say, but something can be done here. There's no, it is anchoring stuff because we have to anchor our queen to give a check to our opponent's king, and what are the squares that is anchored, because this rook can come here, but it does this, then it is that that is the same pattern that I showed you before. If it comes here, then that is not bad as well, but that's not the fastest way to get to your opponent's king. Like it will have opponent will have a move to make which will like help him recover back and consolidate it. So we have to make a move that is much forcing, that is check. Just see it. Our pawn sees this square as well and protects this square as well, covers this square. Now queen can go all these squares, diagonals and piles, and basically this queen and this pawn intersect is here. So let's just do this. Move this way, but just see, we can just take this rook, this pawn, and it will have this square to move up, and it can't move anywhere else because it is covered by our queen. It has to move up, and we can just deliver mate with this stuff and create a pattern called ladder mate. White to move, just like before, this pawn is covering two squares, and we can just bring our queen here and it will be the most forcing movement. There's no skip squares here. So do this is very interesting. This here our aim should be to play the most forcing move, and the most forcing move in this situation is it is very tough to choose a move in between these two, because it can move this way as well and give a check, and this queen can capture back and there won't be any threat. If we do this, then queen can just go somewhere here, and what can be done about that? We can do this, right? We can take the opponent's rook and we're forced to move somewhere here. That is basically the plan. You should make the most forcing move. If you take this, then opponent can do something else. It can take this as well, and this can be also a thing, but it is not necessary for it to like take our rook if we do that, because it can just move this and not respond to that. So our move should be the most forcing one, and the most forcing one is rook takes knight. As I told you, queen would take, and we can give this give a check here because it is backed by our rook and it creates a battery. So just like common intersection thing, I told you it would move this way, so now we are attacking the rook and it also delivers a check, so that is what we should be doing. This is a little bit tricky, I would say, because in this puzzle you don't have what I would say like checkmate in 1 or stuff like that, but there is checkmate in 1 and 2, I guess. Checkmate in 2, right? Yeah. See the things like patterns or places, squares where the queen can deliver a checkmate here. These squares are the ones where our king, opponent's king can be checkmated, because our queen can enter those places and deliver a checkmate. So we should move this piece, our queen, to a square where it can actually be closer to mate, because if we move this, then opponent has to do something, and because if it does not do anything or does not care about that, then our knight is also protecting it, and in our next move we can just take this, and king has no skip squares, right? So we have to do this. And what if it does something? If it takes our knight and we take with the pawn, well, it does not matter, because whatever it does, we have a chance. It might do this. If we go here and bishop takes our knight, then pawn will take this, and since there is mate threat in next move, the rook has to come this way, but we can just move our another knight this way because it will again threat mate at this square. So this should be the stuff. Take this and this. Very nice follow up. Very well done, I would say. Tricky, like always. this is a puzzle where we have to sacrifice stuff. Since our queen should make a way into this rank, and see, with the help of the rook it can deliver a mate, but there's no way to like sneak in. We can do this, but it can just take back, and we'll take back with the queen or even a rook, and we'll take back. We might be up an exchange, but that is not the forcing way because we have mate here, and to mate this and to make much forcing moves we can just take this knight and come here. And what can be done next? It can move this way, but we can just move our knight backwards, and this queen is there, and this king will go back to its home square, and we can again mate it. That is a pattern. And what if we take this with this pawn with our knight, and this pawn takes? Well, then we have another forcing move, that is a check at g6 with our queen, and it has to move this way, with which we'll just move to g7, and since it is battered with our rook, it is a mate. So this is a very nice sacrifice that we made. We can deliver a check somewhere. Checks, captures, and threats. See the checks. This is a check, but it can be taken back. It can be taken back in this way as well, and we are just basically losing our knight. See all the other checks. This diagonal is open to attack the king, and we can move our queen this way because it will keep a check, and it can't move anywhere. The king can't move anywhere because it is stuck in the corner, and the only diagonal where it could move is covered now, and so something has to come in between and save it. The only move here is this, and it does nothing. It is a temporary move. We can just take back with our queen again, and it is mate, because next move it will again do this, but it is just a mate. We just have to find this common diagonal. Very nicely done, I would say. Just like last time, we have a battery. We have to give a check. There are two checks with the queen that I possibly see. There are other checks as well, but these two are the safe checks, and we have to give a check in such a way that it is very forcing. If we give a check here, then it can just easily escape here. What if we give a check here? Can it escape? No. So just do this. This is very tricky because my mind is not able to comprehend that. Check can be a stuff. We have to try to play check or something that is very close to check. But this knight can just take back, right? It is not of much use, I would say. We give check this way. No, it's not working. I guess this is the best move here because I can't find the proper continuation of this, because this stuff is just hanging, so this has to be the best move I click on, but it is not. Sorry, it is not. This is the best move. Oh fuck! Shit! Shit! We'll have to see more on that. Wait some time. This is difficult now. It will get difficult because we have come a long way. We have already made it to 1500 bracket, and we have just one error. So let's see what happens. We can take this. Rook takes. I don't have follow up for that now. It is not working. Rook takes. Queen takes. Rook takes. Knight takes. Sorry, bishop takes. Rook takes. Sorry. Because sorry, if we do this, it has this as well, so this has to be our move because it threatens. Ah fuck! fuck? What the fuck, bro? There was a fork, and this is an easy pawn that I can get. This is an easy mate here that I can deliver. This covers this square. This bishop can move to this square. This is basically check, and we'll have something like this, as I knew. But what about this? Oh, it can just take back with the queen. So maybe this. That is also not the best move, I would say. I have to give a check. We will take back. Check. Sorry. Takes. Check. This square is not covered. We'll have problems meeting this stuff. A little tough, I would see. What if we take this? Takes. It is just not useful. Goes here. Takes, then takes most probably. This has to be the move because it blocks this stuff as well, because we can just take with our pawn. Fuck off! Let's see the solutions. Son of a bitch, bro. Mancho. We are close. Sorry, I'm seeing cricket matches as well, and we are talking because our nation is playing World qualifiers in Zimbabwe right now, and this is our last match. And in order to qualify for this stuff, that is Super 6, and another chance to make it. We have to win this match with nice run rate play, and he's shooting right now. What the fuck on earth are we doing? Yeah, goddamn. Sorry, but now it is time to look back at our mistakes. Now let's try to see what we get wrong here. It is very not clear at all. Ah, I saw this now. There is a mosquito right here. We can take this knight, and this queen is the only thing it can take back. We'll have a double fork here with our knight here. It is a check as well, and it has its queen is moving. It is under like our attack as well. The king has to move. If it moves this way, you can just take this and say thank you, because it is another fork, and we can. And the king has to move again, and we can just take the rook as well. But when we capture this, it takes back. We do this. It can do this, so we can just take this again, and it will be a very sophisticated move. I did not see that. I did not follow my own principles, huh? We have another check here. This check. Now we can take this. I know that this is the move, but I'm hawking it somewhere here. Takes. Check. Can't come here. Can come here, but our. Oh yeah. This is the best move, because our rook can. What will be the? I just want to show you the continuation here, because it can go this way as well, but we can just take this in that sense. It can come this way, but we can just do this and create a skewer. And if the king has to move somewhere, and it can move this way only, and or somewhere here as well, but we can just take the rook. Yes, now it's time for our stuff. Let's say that is not puzzle rush. I've played puzzle rush. Now I'm gonna play some not puzzle. I'll play games, actual games. I created a challenge, but no one has joined my live stream yet. But that will be a problem. So we're just gonna play 10 minutes matches, and I want to see if I am good at this one. Ah, it played d4. Why the fuck are you doing this shit, son of a bitch? Tera bhau katauga. Sorry, I thought of teaching you this, but sorry. Which London system? Okay, I had promised of doing that. I know all the openings as well, but for the purpose of teaching, I wanted to teach you London system. Where is it? Tools, openings, not analysis board. It can help, but I don't want it. So d4, d5, then what is the most user response? Because we want to play London. We can play something like this as well. Because this is London system, and this is basically the stuff. These are the base moves. I'm just making random moves because we can just make these moves right with this way. But you can take back, but our plan will be to take with that pawn here because it creates a pawn chain, right? And it can attack us, but this is the best move. You do anything you can want. Oh, sorry, I did not say this. We can actually go back because we create a free this stuff. You can do anything, and I'll just move my bishop here and pin you forever. Next thing, it can just do this, but with knight here as well because knight can take us back. We can do this. This is better. Oh, no, this is not better because we can go back this way. We can just save our pawn. This is basically London system. The aim of London system is to just make this. Sorry, I want board editor. I have clear the board, and so the basic aim of London system is to create this kind of a pawn stuff, like pawn pyramid. So this is the basic aim of London system, and in this, if we achieve this system, it is a very nice thing. And generally, our bishop is attacked in this way. You can just take back, or you can just bring it back and just take with this way. Because if you have not castle, there is a free fight, and you can attack very nicely. So just don't proceed to castle with passing on a system as well. This is very solid, and the chances of you losing as a beginner or an intermediate is very low. So let's do this. Nuevo juego. Vamos. Benji. Yeah, I will think of playing that only. I'll play on a system, but with a different move order because since we do this, it will just capture back, and that will be a problem. I don't fear this kind of people. No? First, it means it says, but it is basically a London with a different move order, and there are different names for different, but the structure is very Londonish. Imagine if we put this here now, there is a problem because you can just move this way and we have to just move again. And the basic principle of opening is that you should not be moving your same piece twice. But also imagine that we have with this move order we have blocked our bishop this way, so it has to come either this way or come here and this way. So everything will take basically 2 moves. But since I told you I want to play in that structure of London system, I will do this. And basically our bishop goes here just to trade, so I did not want to trade at all. That's why I did this stuff. Creating a queen is always better because it has created a weakness here, and it would have pushed this and I would have been forced to take this, but And now I'm not forced. Reconnecting band chod. Sala. What kind of internet is this, yaar? It pisses me off so much when this happens. Play fast, son of a bitch. And I like to overuse people as well when I'm playing. I'll basically exchange if it moves its knight somewhere, then I'll basically exchange this because our bishops generally go in places in this defense to exchange themselves. And the knights are the ones who are the king here. You can just preserve your bishop as well, but it's not compulsory. Next move is this, I know that, but make sure I'm not hanging as well. Because there is a check this way and I want to make sure that I'm not attacked. But if I do this, it can just do this. And oh yeah, this is better. If it attacks this, like moves this, I will just do this and I'll exchange this because I don't want to give central control in this place. Son of a bitch. I want my... I will castle long, I am pretty sure and confident of it. It can just take me this way and I will do this. That is not the best of moves I could have made. I'm pretty sure about that. Just now. I'm seeing that my face is not being displayed correctly, is it? Yeah. I'm sorry, I was not looking into it. I just saw into my phone my own live stream because I wanted to see the chat and stuff, but no one is seeing my live stream and that is pretty normal. Son of a bitch, queen this way. My aim will be to bring my another knight on same square as well. Oh fuck, I forked it. I'll just see this. If I go here, then it will just push this way and I'll be pretty fucked. That's interesting, but I can give a queen fork as well. Roll fork. And I can just remain stuff as well. But that was not the first move that I saw because I wanted to retreat back, and that is a bit defensive approach because I am quite a defensive player. I don't want to lose immediately, and I'm not a great attacking player, but I can be attacking as well. Now, since it is a fork, and your piece can move and move it in the place where it does maximum damage to your opponents, let's say. It will be very useful for people. I don't fucking care, I want someone to stop. Better now, I'm clearly better and I have no worries at all. I will just move this way. And because I want to activate my bishop as well as I want to activate my queen as well. I want to castle. Your fucking pawns don't run any shit to me because I can just block it. And this is not the way you should be playing this. You should be only attacking on one side. This mosquito is eating my head, bro. Salah. This is not a good move as a beginner because just see this way. It has moved to a square where it has no future possibilities. That is not the way you should be making your moves. And I have a possibility of making my bishop this way because I want to castle long, and again not good move because it can't come here and you have to control center squares. If it comes here, then its functionality is very bad because at somewhere in between these squares, or let's say these squares, these are the central squares. The functionality of knight and the efficiency, the number of squares that knight can jump into is really high, and is massively reduced when it is on the side of board, and basically it is not a good idea to put your knight on side of the board as well. It is trying to come here, but it does no shit to me because this is covered, and I'll just do this, and it has a double pawn, and that is a weakness. That is known as weakness because if you have... Oh, fuck, I misclicked! I'm just showing, oh my god, fuck! Oh shit, son of a bitch! But no problem, I can just win this back, I think. I'm good enough player. I'm a 1700 to be honest. I'm not 100. I just showed this for the purpose of showing. If you give me your pieces like that, I can just take it back like that. Son of a bitch. Now I'm threatening a double attack, which you absolutely saw, and I'm pretty shocked at that fact. Better. I was thinking of making long castles, but it wasn't possible. We can just do this, and it will take back. I don't think it will take back because there is a chick, and you don't want to be under my chick. I want to play forcing move. This is the forcing move, and you have to possibly go back this way only, and to which I'll just move my. As I told you before, this is the best move because it brings our rook to the open file, and the possibilities of our self attacking is higher. And because if I am able to get my rook into 7th rank, that is almost like that is a devastation to the opponent king because you can't be serious, and like the possibilities of attacking opponents, like limiting the movement of opponent king is very high when your rook is in 7th rank, and it is very dangerous. And I'm threatening it. I have to move this because it will be a check. If there is another check as well, this, but it's just not useful like this because it can just move this way and it's not forcing. And what if I do this? It can't go anywhere here, here, or here. This has to go here. And when I will... Oh, there's no point. I have to figure out a method, but here. It will go this way, to which I will just do this. No, I will just take back first. The more I capture its center pawn and like center dominance, the expulsion, like the king gets very exposed, and I can just win back easy. So I'm very sleepy as well, actually. मैंने तुझे देखा हंसते हुए गालों में. Fucker, this is your only move. What the fuck on earth are you thinking? This is the best move, but yeah, sure, wait for what I'll just take it. I'm not losing at all in this position because I can do this. You have to take with this knight or this stuff. This is not a mate now because my stuff is here. Like I should cover the square, but it's not covered anymore, and it can go these ways. There are two squares. Toss it out. I've slowly done that because this is a double attack, triple attack, double attack here. Oh, I've never removed. Sorry. What are the possible squares it can go? Because and that was the only square it can go, and I've just done this. And this is the best move. This is it. Yeah, very nicely done. Can't do a match without like losing a piece of my own. Now, hang on then. I was thinking of doing something else, but just don't fucking care at this point. can be done. So I'll just do this. We'll try to do this, but I have no problem with it. I can just do this and defend this as well. And case back, I can just take it back this way because that is not a problem at all. And it will open another possibility for my queen. I don't fall for these kind of traps. Is that a problem at all? I tried to play London, but this guy is playing something goofy, and I just don't want to like walk off on pitch. Oh, I'm quite tired. I want to play this game, and I just want to watch the match. I want to see the score. What the fuck on earth are we doing? Block the check with your pawn, and I don't want to fucking attack you again. I can just take this. That is a temporary sack because if it does this, then I have this. And it will not be a problem because I can take this back easily with my queen. I expect me to win actually. But at this level, like people play shit as well. Ah. It will be easier for me to split that. Why if I move this way, huh? On the bridge. Bring your queen to rescue you. I'll just walk back. Not fucking I am making blunders and I don't like it because the more like if you don't make any kind of blunders, then it will be more helpful. Uh, for e4, I've seen Italian opening. Like with white, it was like e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. e4, e5, knight f3. Yeah, it is simple. This is Italian. This one of this is playing accelerated opening, but actually this is not a bad move. It is a bad move, but it's not bad. Well done. Takes, takes, knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. I'm better. I play long pass. I'm a fanatic. I'm crazy. Why the fuck am I disconnected, huh? No, I'm not. Am I? That is a shit move. The faster the pawn moves that way, it is better for me because chances of me winning will be better if I able to somehow do that. Best will be for her to play will be this takes, and then move your knight somewhere else because take this as well. That is fine. To which I can just castle, yeah, and try to create open file here and drags. She has played better for 225. I would say that. Your knight can move somewhere. Thank you for this. I would have surely gone somewhere there. It can give a check, which what shall be done. Yes. Yeah, not bad at all, I guess. Can take and I'll take. I'm just up a rook of bishop, I guess. With that exchange. It will attack me, but I'll do this somewhere like this. And I have sacrifices and stuff like that. I'll just long castle this way because we can't do shit to me this way. I'm attacking you way more dangerously than what you're doing. But she has done good enough to exchange pieces with me, and that is a little problematic, I would say. She has done good enough to trap my rook as well. Maybe it does not work. That is the problem. We can play with the. Oh wow. Smart. Like street smart. Like my rook could have been taken in some ways, like, but that's why. Like in this position, it could have been, let's say, attack this way. But I did this, and if I attack, then I would have taken back, and it was faster. Like there was chances because my rook, if it had moved somewhere, it would be taken back, and if she wanted, her idea was right because it was kind of trap, semi-trap. With this, it was not a problem to me because I had my pawn here and takes back. The rook could have taken back, but she preferred to do this because she did that, right? She did this because she knew that my rook is was hanging and it could have not moved, but she had forgotten that this square is not active. But pretty nice idea she used. Now, should I do this? One last. I don't know if I had like any kind of blunders and stuff like that. Like in this kind of levels, in initial levels, you don't have to, you should not be blundering and stuff like that. Do you guys know Sicilian defense? My ideas in French are pretty bad, so I will just try Sicilian. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop b4. Bishop b4, I thought. I don't like disrespectful stuff. British son of a bitch is trying to use his head a lot much, but I'm not gonna let you do that. That is bold of you to play that move. Will I win without any piece? Yeah, I will try to win without like losing any piece, okay? Thank you for the 3 queen as well. For free pawn as well. I was thinking of meeting idea here, but it's not quite meeting because I don't have a lot of pieces to force the trade. And something like that to reach out just like this. Ah, a little bit of problem here, but won't matter for long. This night shift is very dangerous actually. I have not eaten anything today, so I'll be going to eat stuff after some time. Let's see it. There's a public holiday, that's why I'm streaming for a longer time than yesterday. But in some stuff, like from tomorrow, I will have to go to read, which I don't actually want. Fucker, why the fuck on earth are you disconnected? Because you are fucking losing, huh? Son of a bitch, not even courage to play stuff. What kind of fucking opponents are these? You have played shit, then you have to accept the draw. You have to accept the loss because you have played shit. Or you have played bad move, then you have to just think and but not leave actually. You can fucking resign. There's a resign button. This much for today. I am not in mood right now. I have to read some college stuff as well and like my classes stuff. And I have to eat as well, which I have not done till now. It is already 3 at my nation. So 3 p.m. in my nation. I am from Nepal and I know a lot of languages, so people with various language background can talk with me and come to my chat as well. Play games with me. I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I can speak Hindi. I can speak Urdu. I can speak Nepali. I can speak English as well, which I am doing right now. My English is not so great, but I'm pretty much working on that every single day. So let's do it. I'm gonna stop streaming. So thank you for everything. It was fun. Generally, I do play chess every day for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So I'm just making videos and I'm just seeing my shit. That is it. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. If someone of you is watching, which you are not, there is no watching at all. It kind of hurts, but let it be that way. Stop streaming. Bye bye.